Hey guys, Adam and Skill BNSF Scenic Pass. Today we're going to do a quick little video on how to install touch toggle stuff on a Tortoise machine. We'll do that today, and then it'll hopefully just be a quick little video. So this is a power Tortoise adapter. This goes on the Tortoise machine itself. It's pretty very simple. So these three here, your two wires from your power. You can use all sorts of different power supplies. You can run a accessory bus. Middle one is for the frog. I just run it right from the track bus DCC. Doesn't matter which left or right rail you use for these three on the outside here. And again, this is a powered Tortoise adapter. This is a LED light that changes colors as you throw the machine with the touch toggles. This is where you plug your cable in. I believe the middle motor out here is if you want to run it to another Tortoise with just a edge connector, so you can power a crossover and throw them both at the same time. So two outside on these three here for your power, and the middle one is for the Tortoise. And I'll show how to hook everything up. We'll go over the parts here. So this is the power Tortoise adapter. This is an extension cable. I need it for this Tortoise in the back here, just because I got to run the wire down here to the control panel. I'm not going to run the wire in this video. I'm pretty sure you guys can figure out how to run the wire to a fascia panel. And then this is the mini cup touch toggle, and these are usually long enough to reach from the fascia to whatever switch you're running. I got the extension cable here because I got to go from there way down below here to get to the fascia panel that'll be there eventually. So start with this. This is what your packaging looks like. Power Tortoise adapter for that. These are touch toggles by BarrettHill. Great product. On the back of these has instructions. You can pause the video if you want to look at that. Your mini cup toggles, you can get these in multi-packs. I had bought a pack of 4, which comes with 4 touch toggles and 4 of the power Tortoise adapters. Very reasonably priced, not overly expensive. And here's the information on the back of the mini cup toggles. And the touch toggles come in a flat version too. They come without the cup on it. I like the cup because I'm designing fascia panels for the switches. So. And the EX5 5-foot extension cables come in a pack of 4. Alright, so let's get started here. So take our our power Tortoise adapter. I've already got the wires cut here. I think it says on the instructions here what size wire you can put into there. 14 to 22 gauge wire will fit in the power Tortoise adapter. So I've already stripped the wires just for, I'm sure you don't need to see me strip a wire. I just use these Irwin wire strippers. So I apologize if some stuff is off camera, or if my hands are in the way. So we'll wire these up here before I put it onto the Tortoise motor, just because it's a little far away and I don't feel like bending over to do so. And again, doesn't matter which wire goes on, which polarity goes on either side of the 3 left side screw terminals. The middle one is for the frog, so that way that changes polarity when you throw the switch. I have my frog wire. I've had this wired up for several years now. That's already soldered to the frog. It's been up there for a while. And that goes on your middle terminal. And we'll do this here. And I'm using stranded wire. This is just stuff I got off Amazon. These are 26 American wire gauge. It's a smaller wire, but it does good for the touch toggles. It's very minimal voltage to power these. I believe it says that in the on the website. You can check them out at BarrettHill Trains or touchtoggles.com. This is a very, very simple process to put these in. Hardest part is if you already have pre-installed Tortoise machines and you're up under a layout. You know, might be a little more of a pain. All right, so these are all installed here on the power Tortoise adapter. So this will go to one side of the bus wire. This will go to the other, and the middle one is for your frog. Very easy. And then we'll zoom in here a little bit as I go back here and put this on the Tortoise. Now, if you put this on your Tortoise, and I'll turn the power on and once I get it all hooked up. If your red and green light doesn't match how you want your switch thrown, normal or reverse, you flip this around on the Tortoise, and it'll change that to, if you want green for the straight route and red for the diverging route like I have on my layout, you just flip it around on the Tortoise and it'll change that. So we'll try putting it on this way first. And these slide on very easy as I fall off the step stool. Sorry about that. And there, it's installed right there. And we'll hook up the wires. I got a terminal lead there. Or terminal block. So we'll hook the wires up over there. It's on the other side. I do white to white and red to black. Like I said, it does not matter which way or which wire, left rail, what right rail, whatever color you have, doesn't matter which way the polarity is on that power Tortoise adapter. This is just the wiring for my helix, so I'm just going to tap into that. I'm not using any spade connectors on these wires just because you don't really need it for this application. As long as the wire is touching the metal terminal. So white to white. I'm going to squeeze this right in between the two. Sorry if my hands or arms are in the way. It's kind of hard to film. I'm sure if you've been in this hobby any period of time, you can figure out put wires in the terminal blocks. We'll see if I get the wire in here. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that, that took a minute. So, now we have power from the layout, sorry about that, to the Tortoise. That's all it is, very easy to hook up. Now the next thing to do is we have our cables. Now these only go one way. It's got a diagram on the power Tortoise adapter which way the wires to go. I'll pull that back off the Tortoise and show you. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Right there. You can see that yellow, red, and orange diagram on there. That shows you which way to put your wire on there. So yellow at the top here in this case. And these go right on a 3-pin cable. If I can get it on there. Okay, that's on. Put our adapter back on the Tortoise. And we'll take this end and we'll get our touch toggle out of the box here, or out of the bag. Here's what your touch toggle looks like. It's a little cup, pre-wired in, and it's got a female connector on this end. And you just match up your colors, your yellow, orange, and in this case it's a brown. So just match those up, and together they go. Okay, and that's all there is to hook these things up. And there's our touch toggle, power Tortoise adapter. And let me slowly turn you here. Wires are run from the power Tortoise adapter to the DCC track bus. And I'll be right back. I'll turn the power on and we'll test it out. Okay, let's put this toggle up here so you can see it. And watch that toggle there. And we'll turn the power on. You can hear the motor throw. So therefore, we have to spin that Tortoise adapter, because I want green for straight. Not diverging. So let me cut the power off to the layout here, and we'll flip that around. Watch the light on that touch toggle, it'll go out. Power's off. So, and these have a memory, I believe, too. So if you lose power, it'll retain that memory. So we'll spin this around here. Let's spin it the other way. Guess it doesn't matter. Should have made my wires. Oh, pulled my wire out. Guess my wire's not long enough. I'll have to make a longer wire for the one side of that. Let's put that back on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a longer wire lead. Stand by a minute, I'll be right back. Well, I'm out of red wire, so for temporary, use, well, we're going to use white for this half. I'll make this extra long on this side here. That'll be long enough now. Let me strip these. I'll take the power tortoise adapter back off the tortoise machine. That way I can see what I'm doing. So let's take this back off. These slide on and off fairly easy off of there. So we'll take our short red wire back off of here. I'll get more red wire and ordered up. I got more of these to install, so. Come on. Why is it being finicky on camera? Always when you're trying to show stuff is when stuff doesn't go the way you want it to, huh? Well, let's put the longer end in here. I'll fold it over. Should probably be using a thicker gauge wire than I'm using, but I've had this on hand, so I used to use for all my drop feeders, so then it works well for that. All right. Strip a little more off this end. Loosen our terminal block back up. Get our wire fed in there. There's the Digitrax machine kicking out old addresses. I haven't had the layout turned on in a few weeks. Alright. What the heck? Come on. What's going on here? Of course, I do a how-to video and things are falling apart. Alright, give me a minute and I'll get this terminal block set back up here and we'll... Okay, everybody, we're back in business. I said I didn't want this video to be too long and we're already at almost 20 minutes. Alright, let's get the power tortoise adapter back installed. Reinstalled on the tortoise. Let's turn our power back on to the layout. Alright, now it's back to diverging for red, and normal is green. So now we have our power tortoise adapter installed on the tortoise machine. Easy peasy. I love these things. There's no toggle switches that can be snapped off on the front of your layout. And I'll run this wire. I'm gonna drop you guys down here, so bear with me. This is gonna go down here. Let's go down one more time. And there's my other one right there. And I'll have another panel up here for the upper level there. So alright guys, that's it for installing the touch toggles on a Tortoise with the power tortoise adapter. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.